All right, we here.
Are we live?
I think we're live. I don't know what happened there, but
I
it
don't know
kind of
what
cut
happened,
over.
dude. I just
This
heard
thing's really
some.
fucking tricky. Oh yeah, the first one it was like,
It was alien
um,
noise, and then
yeah,
was a sexy song.
yeah.
Wow,
Then
what's
I was
going
like,
on here?
then I put on chill hip hop. It sounded like we were in a really cheap porno, and
Okay,
everybody must have been
cheap
going,
porno.
"Oh man, I don't know, man." It's just like,
What the
can
fuck?
we just have the noises and not have the
I was
music?
just
That'd be
thinking,
great.
what the fuck is that? I mean, it's just my computer is having sex with my monitor here. What's going on? Shh, and then some.
And the
Okay,
sexy
so
stuff started. It's like, oh,
This
it's
is
sexy
this is
time.
a good this is a good way to start the days, everyone. GN, we are the $1 trade show. I'm Diego, and this is Nick, my co-host. We are here back to bring to you everything that happened on the prediction markets world since Monday, which it's a lot.
It's a
Believe me
lot.
or not, it's a lot
This is
of
this is why
stuff
we split it up because there's just so much going on, and we need to wait till some of those narratives pan out or dissipate. I think we're just covering too much of
that
everything all the time.
that's it. And let me leave my shout outs to our friends at Humble. When I woke up this morning, the first thing I was really tired. I was, oh, what the fuck? Once again, this every day I have to wake up, and then I remember, no, there is someone in Humble waiting for me. So shout out, we love you.
When he says
Okay,
humble, it means rumble. It's just they
Rumble.
pronounce the R's like an
Okay,
H.
humble, humble. Okay,
Rumble,
Rumble.
like
Okay,
a
so
Russian.
almost like the guy with guns from the 80s, right? Sylvester Stallone. Rumble,
Rumble, yes.
Rumble, right?
Yeah,
Fucking
isn't
amazing movie.
that's not it's not
Yes. Guys, let's get started with this one. The CEO of Kalshi just compared his company to Uber versus taxis, and I can't stop thinking about it. So there is a business model disruption here. We've seen it with Airbnb and hotels, Uber and taxis. When tech transforms an industry, critics show up. Let me turn off my microphone and let's play this video here.
It's a business model disruption here. We've seen it with, for example, Airbnb and hotels. We've seen it with Uber and taxis. And so when there is fundamental technological disruption, a technology that transforms an industry, there are sometimes critics or dissidents that come about. And that's part of the course. I mean,
Okay, so let's try and unwrap what he's talking about here. What is this industry and this business model that prediction markets are disrupting?
Are we? Have you turned? Yeah, you need to stop sharing your
Yeah.
screen.
No? Oh,
Th- th-
fuck.
you- If
It's
you don't,
tricky
you need
because
to share the tab. You need to share the tab. If you share the whole screen, then it gives
I
audio for the
cannot.
whole screen.
I cannot. There's no option to
You
share the
share.
tab. I can only share the tab on this browser. I'm using two browsers, remember? I'm a Safari guy.
Oh,
I'm a
you
Safari
should be
guy.
able to. Because when I host the show on my own, Diego, I I just do it all in the same browser. Fuck it.
But no, I don't do that.
Um.
But
Okay,
anyway,
so
what is
interesting
what is
point.
what is this industry that prediction markets is disrupting that he's talking about here, Nick?
So he's talking about the betting industry, right?
For
For the most
sure.
of it, and I mean, I would be. I mean, yes, we could say that they're going to disrupt TradFi in some way or another, but I mean, that's crypto that does that, not Kalshi and Polymarket necessarily, right? But what I would say is, I think he's right in the sense where there's an incumbent who are not transparent, and you cannot see what's going on. I mean, arguably, Kalshi is part of that, right? Um, and
Still, yeah,
crypto
it's still.
industries, yeah, but crypto can kind of improve the transparency, right, and remove the mediation from the centralized industry. If that
Yeah,
makes sense. So I think
yeah.
he's right in saying that. I mean, I think they're not. These businesses never come about in the same way as Uber and Airbnb. So Airbnb was just guys growth hacking the shit out of things. I think if anything, Polymarket did. I don't actually know Kelsey's growth thing. They just like appeared out of nowhere. Um, but yeah, I think he's right in making that comparison. This will fundamentally disrupt um, betting and gambling. And so for example, like we're talking to some trad bet people quite regularly, and they keep seeing it only as a betting platform. And
Mm-hmm.
this is where they're going to get fucked up, right? Because they're like, well, you can
Mm-hmm.
already do this stuff. We have betting exchanges that can do this. And they're right. Like, they do have betting exchanges. Like, for anybody who doesn't know, what they're doing is very similar to a betting exchange. And the odds in a betting exchange and odds are basically counterparties, right? They create the odds, not the actual sports betting company. And if we look at the narrative that came out when betting exchanges started, they were like, it's going to destroy all of these other centralized betting companies. And it didn't. They're still big and they're still huge. And there might be reasons for that. Maybe it's because they have high street shops or whatever, right? But it didn't destroy everything. But I think prediction markets will eat a lot of their food, and it'll
Yeah.
eat a lot of the traditional betting. It will eat their lunch. It won't kill them off entirely. But
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I think what you'll see is a pivot from the how do I word this without being a dick? Uh, the sort of
you can be a
smarter,
dick. Go on.
more. It's not smarter though. It's like the more agile, more future pointing people in the trad betting industry will immediately start looking at prediction markets and how they can get into it. They won't understand the crypto mechanics of it, right?
Yeah,
And they won't
and
understand why it needs to be built on crypto, because their business models are typically built in a way that they monetize by being the central pot of money, determining the odds, blah blah blah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And they make lots and lots of money. The profitability in these companies will be much more profitable than Polymarket and Kalshi, I imagine, because they're not taking just fees. They're taking the money from the losers and giving some of it to the winners and keeping the rest. That's
Yeah.
not how prediction markets work. So they will struggle to understand this prediction market model because it's not as profitable as what they're seeing in traditional betting. And maybe they'll be able to compete directly with prediction markets because they will be able to offer greater rewards, right? So like these accumulators that you see, right? And they call them parlays, but in the UK, like you accumulate as people get knocked out, the pot gets bigger. You can't do that in prediction markets,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
really.
it's a PvP game. Yeah.
And yeah, and you can't add like boosts, like financial boosts to tickets or people playing. You can give away money for people to bet in it, but you're not giving away free bets. Free bets don't cost them anything. Giving away money for them to bet does cost them something.
Yeah,
So,
but but
there's just a
something
lot of different things going on.
it is, and I mean it's not a clear path that we have in the future because on the other hand, so you have the possibility to have your positions tradable from prediction markets. We've been seeing
Yes.
projects building this infrastructure where you can use your positions or on Polymarket in the future in Kalshi, and you get leverage from that. You can use this assets as collateral to do other financial stuff. I mean, I don't think
Oh
that
yeah.
will be for the average Joe, the person who just goes there to have some fun, to play, to bet on a sports event or this kind of stuff. That's not for them. But we have the possibility for prediction markets, opens up the possibility to be used as a financial tool. And I've been highlighting how I think prediction markets will be a great tool for hedging on top of the tools that we already have available in the market. But I
Yeah.
totally agree. I mean,
Th-
these traditional
They're
companies, they
different.
will
They're
have to
different
adapt.
things.
And so, they are
Yeah.
different for sure. They are different. So that's the thing. Prediction markets are going to become a tool, and it's on our hands, the end users, what we are going to use for that. It's, you can use that just for fun, or you can use that as
Mhm.
a financial tool, or you can use that as a source of true, of probability of the event happening, or anything else.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
beauty.
that's the conversations that are coming out of with the traditional betting people is they don't understand and know the narrative of it being used as a sort of source of truth. They're not
Hmm.
looking at that. They're just like they're looking at it and going, "No, these are people betting in sports markets. I don't see how this is different from what we're doing." And then when you be like, well, you guys make the odds, and then it's like, well, we have betting exchanges that do the exact same thing as us. It's just the counterparty is another person, right? So it's P2P,
Hmm.
and they are a lot closer, but they're not the same, and we don't hold money in contract. Like, all the money's held in contracts. We're not a centralized system like these other ones are,
Yeah.
and that allows you to create assets out of the shares that you've bought in a market. And you
That's
can't
it.
do that in betting exchanges. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's just
not
like,
at all. Not at all.
so this is me partially working out these conversations with these guys, but like that's what they don't understand, because they're not crypto native, and they don't understand how, yes, this is the activity that you're seeing from outward is very
It
much
may look
betting
like
yes or no,
may
binary
look like the
market
same.
sort of outcome. But the underlying, and this is where they talk about the asset class, right? There's an underlying asset there that, because of the way DeFi works, you'll be able to like plug it into other places, maybe get loans based on the direction of your.
Yeah.
If you've got something, you bought it early and it looks like it's going to win it, you could
Mm-hmm.
then maybe borrow against it and bet somewhere else, like
Yes.
based on tools that other people build. So they
Uh-huh.
don't understand it like that, because
Yeah.
this isn't their industry.
Especially
But
for
that's how
markets
this
with
industry could
different.
eat theirs.
Yeah, especially for markets with different resolution periods, right? So you've got really early in the market with a long resolution period, and you're performing well. You can use that as liquidity to as collateral to get liquidity to play around in shorter markets
Yeah,
while you're waiting for the final outcome. That's the
which is
thing
what
that they don't
Gondor
envision.
sounds like it wants to do. But it will
Yeah.
only be on specific markets, right? Like you couldn't do
Hmm.
this across the board, like
Yeah,
what's
but I
going to
mean,
happen at
we're
Comic Con or
just
some stuff like that.
yeah, but we're just getting started. I mean, I think we are going to see. That's the thing
There might
that
be
we
more
don't
high
envision.
risk lenders in the market soon.
Probably. I mean, probably. Yeah. Yeah. So let's move forward because we have a lot of things to talk about, and you touched on something related to revenue, and we will talk about revenue on prediction markets. But before that, let's go to Limitless. So Limitless, as you guys know, it's one of the top players in this space, and over $1 trillion in SPX ODT options were traded every single day. This is for traditional markets. Assume that volume moves on chain, where Limitless reimagines options trading, making it easy, seamless, and transparent. So they're talking about trillions. This is what I mentioned before. I mean, how prediction markets can be used as a hedge tool. They're just comparing, just like people compare. Okay, if 1% of the total market cap of gold comes to Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin will be this or that. So basically, this is what they're
Mm.
talking about here. So how much money is traded on options every day with that specific asset class? So if part of that comes to prediction markets, imagine the growth that we potentially will see. This is what they're talking about, and this is something that for our conversations, people from traditional the betting industry, it's not envisioning. How prediction markets goes way beyond the traditional only making your prediction on whoever you think is going to win this game or that game. So the underlying infrastructure behind that, it's what is important in what's being built right now. So
Yeah.
moving forward to the next point, it's we come to the revenue game and why Polymarket's revenue is low, and that's exactly the point. This is by Game Changer. So let's go. So I compared business models. The results reveal why sometimes making less money is a smart play. The question is why Polymarket revenue is low. And think about it from an investor's perspective. They just got a 2 billion investment for the owners of the New York Stock Exchange. How do you have a small revenue and get that amount of investment? What's behind that? So the question is why anyone thinks extracting maximum dollars from users who lose is better than facilitating maximum volume from users who win. The misleading numbers. DraftKings almost $5 billion in revenue and 500 million in loss. Polymarket 160 million in revenue and 9 billion in volume facilitated. Wall Street sees DraftKings dominating with 30 times more revenue, but revenue tells you nothing when the business model points in opposite directions. DraftKings extracts 993 per user, while Polymarket takes a 1.78% fee. And I read the comments, and some people are saying, no, Polymarket do not take any fee. It's not clear to me, okay? I saw
It,
some
it's
documentation.
not true. They don't, but you pay validator fees and stuff like that on the transaction on the exit. So you do pay a fee. Polymarket are just saying we don't charge you a fee.
Hmm.
But there's some sort of fee being happening. So
There's
the money you
there's
say
some
you're going
sort
to
of
win
fee.
isn't the actual money; it goes in your pocket, right? We
Yeah.
and it's unclear to me what that is.
Yeah, for me as well. And we had the discussion here before. Anyway, so one maximizes how much they can take from you, the other minimizes friction to maximize how much you will trade. When winning becomes a problem, and this is something the Knicks always highlights here. So DraftKings has a dirty secret. They hate when you win too much, and they will limit your account, flag you as sharp, literally ban you from their platform.
Yeah.
Why? Because your win is their loss. They are the counterparty.
Hmm.
Every dollar you win comes from their pockets. This is essentially the big difference between traditional betting and prediction markets. Polymarket is the opposite. When you win, they make money. When you're good at trading, you generate volume. When you generate volume, they collect fees. They want you to be right because being right makes you trade more. The incentive structure isn't just different; it's inverted. Even they even if they don't collect fees, which is that's this question here. I mean, the volume they can bring volumes and they can turn on a feed switch just like Uniswap did at any time. So the
Yeah.
volume multiplier
That
effect,
will happen. That will happen.
that will happen. Even they don't collect fees for the platform, it's just validator fees or this kind of stuff. They
Yeah.
can turn on a fee switch at any time. So a bettor deposits $1,000 on DraftKings, places a bet, loses, and DraftKings keeps $100. Done. That same $1,000 on Polymarket, the traders make 47 trades hunting for edge. Those 47 trades generate 47,000 in volume. At 2%, that's $900 in fees. And the trader still has their capital to trade tomorrow. Same deposit, 47 times more revenue potential. User isn't burning out and broke. Average DraftKings better quits after 18 months because losing consistently isn't fun. Yeah, but we saw that 18% of users of Polymarket also lose money. Average Polymarket traded in
Eighty
the
percent. 80%. Yeah.
80%. So
80. Yeah.
indefinite. Being right is addictive. Getting better at probability is rewarding. One business model is built on user turnover. The other is built on users' expertise, deepening other time. But we see that, and if you're new to this, you need to take this with a grain of salt because we've been seeing playing just vibing, placing bets. I think this is the
Yeah.
direction, and we saw some deeper analysis, like the Diplo markets that we saw the other day that we coming on Monday. So people actually doing analysis and trying to understand the
Yeah.
probabilities on markets.
And
So
and again,
not
this
all
is
the
this is
users are the
normal in
same
all
here.
betting and all gambling and all market participation. There are informed market participants and there are ill-informed market participants, and then there's people who are just taking a punt.
Yeah,
Right. So some
yeah,
people are
yeah.
like, "Oh, I think it's going this way." They're wrong. And another team saying we think it's going this way and it goes right. And then there's like the swing guys in the middle who are just like, maybe I can make 50 quid. Like
Yeah.
they're just trying to make like a few pounds. They're trying to like pay for the drinks that night
And
at the pub
sometimes they
or
can.
something like that.
And sometimes they
They
can.
do. Like
Yeah.
we used to sit in a cafe every Saturday morning. Next door to it was a Paddy Power betting shop, and my cousin would come in and he'd be like, "Oh, I just won 500 quid." And I said to my other cousin, "Fucking hell, man, he does that every weekend." He goes, "He doesn't tell you how much he loses."
that's
I
that's the
thought guy
thing.
was
So
making 500 quid every week, every
no,
Saturday. He
yeah,
went, he'd be like, "I just made that," and I was like,
yeah.
"Whoa, wait, really, man?" And he's like, "Nah, he's not
Dude,
telling you
he's
how much
just
he loses."
he's spending 5,000 to make those 500, bro. That's the game.
Yeah.
And
I
this
know
is this
other
is
dudes that
something.
have different bank accounts that their wives don't know about because they're fucking
Oh,
degenerate
okay. Uh-huh.
gamblers. And
Uh-huh.
it's just like I know like I don't do that stuff myself, but like there's
Yeah.
some really fucking like strange behaviors around it.
Yeah, dude, that just came out this paper here in Brazil. It's an academic paper actually, analyzing day trades during the COVID. So there was a
Oh,
huge increase because people were at home, nothing to do. So
yeah,
they
you couldn't
started
leave
day
your
trading.
house.
And one of the things that they got from the article is one of the riskier thing that could happen to you is that in the beginning you make money. So you
Yes,
believe that you can actually
yeah.
make money from that, and you just go all in, and then you get fucked.
But
That's it. So
is that not how, like, they're I mean, okay, I can see how casinos you can work this, right? Events very difficult to work that out. But like if you ever been on Tinder or a dating app, they push the algorithm towards you to give you lots of likes and lots of matches, and then in order to get those matches again, that makes you stick, right? Because you've won. Like, look, all these beautiful people are looking to talk to me, and you're chatting to them, and then it kind of like dies off the edge unless you pay, unless you pay money to get
yeah.
boosts or to like get a premium profile. So like the
hmm
industry are doing things to us that we're not acknowledging.
They are for sure. So come back in here. So growth ceiling versus growth horizons. DraftKings can only grow by finding more people to lose money or taking a bigger cut from each bet. They are constrained by gambling appetite and how much people can afford to lose. The market has a ceiling. Polymarket grows by creating markets for any question worth answering. Elections, economy indicators, tech launches, climate events, corporate outcomes. Anything with a binary outcomes become a market. They are not constrained by gambling appetite. They are constrained by human curiosity, which is unlimited. That's true. Why smart money pays 16 times more? DraftKings 15 billion market cap, 3.1 times revenue multiple. Polymarket 8 billion valuation, 50 times revenue multiple. He's comparing different stuff, right? It's market cap and valuation.
I know you can't
Any,
do that. You know,
yeah,
just so you know, you need to compare apple for apples. You can't just
yeah, it's
do
not
that.
exactly the same. And I mean, they are companies, I mean, with different time frames.
Just
They are
compare. All
market.
you need to do is compare the revenue multiples because that's all Wall Street cares about.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's interesting to try and compare this stuff, but once again, with a grain of salt because it's not the same thing.
Because
So,
one's actually IPO'd and
yeah,
the other one is still privately held.
yeah. So investors, including the Continental Exchange owners of any YSC, paid 16 times more per dollar of revenue for Polymarkets. Why? Because they are not buying a gambling platform; they are buying infrastructure
Exactly.
for collecting intelligence. They are buying the
Yep.
first real scale prediction market protocol. No, can I
I
chill
mean, that's
Groovy? They
is
forget
he
they
got a
forgot
badge?
Groovy
Let me
because
check.
actually
Does he get a badge?
no, no, no,
Oh wow, he's
no,
pure
yeah.
max. Maybe he's after a badge.
But it's
Because
good.
he
It's
seems to
it's
be
it's
he
interesting.
seems to be pumping out the same rhetoric of all the
Yeah.
badge
And
wearers.
in everything he's talking about Polymarket here, guys. I mean, we can talk about prediction markets. I mean, not the numbers, but everything that he's talking about. Polymarkets pays roughly for prediction markets.
And I'll be honest. I mean, they are buying infrastructure for collective intelligence, but
They already
that's
said
not
that
really what.
they will use Polymarket infrastructure to share their data, right?
Yeah, it's more like they're buying. They know everything's going on chain, and they're buying into a very hot product on chain that is very similar to what they're already doing in a sort of regular digital style. So
Mm-hmm,
they're
mm-hmm.
sort of buying that and that knowledge base, those teams, and they'll start to integrate that into other things that they do, or they will start to integrate themselves into Polymarket. Do you understand? So like so because
Mm-hmm.
so there's always this debate with crypto. Crypto will eat the banks. It won't. They'll bleed into each other and they'll be indistinguishable from each other at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, that
So
was my rant.
300,000 traders moved 9 billion in 2024 to discover accurate probabilities. Polymarket kept 1.78% of those traders came back for more. That's the thing. So it's not that Polymarket kept those. It's fees that you pay for validators, as far as we understand that.
As far as we can
That's
see, like by going through
yeah,
the actual
the
transactions,
documentation and the,
it'd
the
be really good.
transactions.
I'm not like an explorer. Um, I'm not really great at reading explorer transactions. But that's what I understood from looking at it. None of it was going to them; it was going to validators. But
Yeah, so
maybe the
that's not a revenue
validators.
problem. That's a business model that scales with information instead of addiction trade. Where, and then Tom from prediction market just said, yeah, Polymarket does not charge fees. LLM is probably hallucinating here. ALR chose 5 times. Just use wrong source. Anyway, so this is a bad post. It's not. Polymarket doesn't charge a fee. No idea where you bought. CR
Yeah, and
for thing.
it's because there you don't get the money you say you're getting after you get out. So
There.
there is a fee somewhere. It's just not Polymarket, but people need to start saying that. No fees on Polymarket, brother.
Yeah, and everybody complaining about this fee stuff. And I mean, it doesn't make the change. That it's good analysis. It's good analysis.
Yeah,
It's just
it's a good. It's some things are factually wrong that you're trying to also compare apples and oranges, but like the
yeah,
general direction is interesting. I would
it
have drawn
is.
it more to the. So many people might not know this, but I think it wasn't until last year that Uber actually posted any profit ever. They've
Mm-hmm.
been losing
Mm-hmm.
billions and billions for years, right? And the reason they're losing billions is because they're trying to own all of the taxi rideshare infrastructure. Well, I say infrastructure, right? Like, but they're trying to own the whole market. So when driverless cars come, they replace drivers with the driverless cars and become an incredibly profitable business.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
kind
play.
of like what that's their end goal to have all that.
Yeah.
So kind of like Amazon, people might not know this about Amazon. Amazon lost money forever and ever and ever because and they were like, why would anybody want to buy this shit? Look what they built in the end. Look at the
Mm-hmm.
infrastructure they built. They have got the most advanced warehouses. You can
Mm-hmm.
running into Christmas, you can get something delivered. If you're in a major city in the West anyway, right? Like I was saying the UK, right? I don't live in like I don't live in London, right? But where it's even faster, right? But you can get things delivered within 2 hours on the run up to Christmas. Two
That's crazy.
hours.
That's crazy. That's
That's
crazy.
fucking
Yeah.
crazy. No other business can do that. Only Amazon can do it. And they had to spend billions and billions of dollars to do it. So
Yeah.
Polymarket also need to spend billions and billions of dollars until they can have a business model that owns the space,
You were
basically.
talking just like Trump. Billions and billions and billions of
Billions and billions. He's half Scottish. He's half Scottish. Mum's from the Isles. I've met her. She was me. Her and I were pals.
But
Grew up
that's it. I
together.
mean, even though Polymarket does not charge a fee, but I like this point because Polymarket can turn on a feed switch just like Uniswap did, and it doesn't need to be for all the markets. If they do it like 0.05% just for the top markets, I would still use Polymarket, and it
If
would seem fair, and they will get revenue like
exactly,
this.
exactly, and the thing is also by them not charging a fee, it makes it very difficult to kind of regulate them because they're not
Mm-hmm.
making any money from the punters, so they're not doing it. Like there'll be lots of strategic reasons not to do that. They don't need the money, right? They don't need the money right now, but at some point they probably will make the money. And the thing is even though they'll make what looks like a lot of money if they turned on fees now, it's not a lot of money, right? Compared to what
Mm-hmm.
they're raising, right? It's not a lot of money
Yeah.
compared to what they're raising.
Yeah.
And we've did fee and model analysis. Like it's not very clear that you can sustain a business that big with just fees,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
that's a general crypto wide problem, right? So it's like
Dude,
what are the other business models they're investing in to
yes,
make
exactly.
their
So
business profitable?
if it's true that what we've been talking and what we've been reading about prediction markets, that they are a source for data, think about how the Philama, for example, how they make money if you can just go there and you can access all their data and everything's there open for free. Go
Put
ahead.
my hand up there. DeFi Llama is very different. It's owned by and DL News, which is their news outlet. They're owned by a very wealthy person who is basically doing what Polymarket and Uber did by himself, right? So he's bankrolling him and probably a couple other close people are bankrolling this until they own the data space around
Mm-hmm.
DeFi, until they own the news space around DeFi. And by that time, and I know that for reasons because I have sources that I talk to that know these things, right? Direct. direct from there, right? So it's not bullshit I'm talking. So it's like they are just waiting to the tipping point of DeFi, where DeFi and TradFi become the same thing, and they're situated as the key news source, the key data source. They become
But
the Bloomberg of the next generation.
right now to integrate the Phylama data, you have to pay. You have they already charge a
Do you?
subscription nowadays.
How
So
much?
you, I don't have idea.
I think you
I don't
should
pay.
pay,
I
right?
just
Because the reason it's the
no.
same
That's
way that
that's the thing.
that CZ
That
was
that
like, if you
that's
want
the
to be on
thing.
Binance and pumped by Binance, you're going to have to pay a fee because you've got a
Yeah,
bullshit product. If we
yeah.
really wanted you, we'd come and find you, but
But
we
my
don't.
my but
You
my
want
point
us.
is, you can always offer something for free, and that will be your entry point for everything else that you will have to offer,
Yeah.
and that will cost you money.
Well, it's like the ad industry. We
Yeah,
give you a
yeah,
search
that's
engine
it.
for free, or we give you a social media app for free, and then we serve you ads and we make money from the ads.
Yeah, so that's it.
Just
So
look
I
for the
mean,
business model in these things. I'm not entirely sure what the
no, I don't know.
Polymarket business
Yeah,
model is,
I
but
don't know
I'm not sure.
if that's the
I'm
end
not
game.
sure it's fees. I'm not sure it's fees at all. I think
It
they're
might
more
not be.
interested in the
It might
data,
not be.
because data is oil. And Google and Facebook and Twitter and Elon and all that will tell you the exact same thing. So they're after the data, and Robinhood was the same. They were after the data so they could sell it to like Citadel and other very big funds so they can front run you, right? So like
That's my point.
what
Yeah,
are the business models that they're planning for the future?
we don't know.
We
Okay,
don't know. I liked that post. I
I
think
like it. I like it.
it had some flaws in it, but like other than that, like it's a decent post. Oh, here we go.
Okay, yeah. Now finally
We're going in. It's going to get tricky.
we've got to the U.S. elections, and we watched the video on Monday about Sohan mentioning how what's the predictions for his winning on Kalshi. Remember? Now let's see.
Yeah.
Bill Ackman is posting. I kept heard from some that they have given up hope on the New York City mayor election based on the probability of Sohan reflected by Polymarket and Kalshi as well. The problem is that it takes only a small amount of capital to influence Polymarket trading levels. Depends on how much money you have to say that's
He has
small
enough money.
amount.
He
Yeah.
has enough money.
Yes.
Small, that's his lunch. If that's a weekend out in his boat or whatever, like he's got the money. This man could do
Okay.
it.
Yeah, so please see the post below about evidence of manipulative activity on the mayoral election. Ask yourself who would buy Mandani at 95% to make 5% with potential for a
Poor
total
people.
loss. Poor
Poor
people.
people, man. People like
If
it's happening all the time in other markets. You don't. The thing is, Bill, you might be out of date, Bill. I'm sorry, but you might be out of date because you don't understand what people are already doing on the market and not in mayoral elections. People are doing it on war zones. They're doing this stuff
yeah,
already because they don't look at risk the same way a hedge fund, a
no,
very
exactly.
successful hedge fund manager like yourself does, Bill. If you don't mind me
People,
calling you
we
Bill.
we've been talking. I've been repeating these over and over. Uh, uh, um, Regular customers or regular users, they don't pay attention at risks. They just see, okay, can I make 5% in like a month? If I leave my money in the bank, it will pay me 4% after a year. So 5% in a month seems good. People don't pay attention
Yeah.
to risk. That's the thing. In other words, I
And the
think
thing
that
is they're probably happy to lose that money because it's not a lot of money.
probably
But
not.
aggregated, it's a lot of money, and it looks good on the old volume side.
Yes, yes. In other words, I think the 20 to 1 payoff to bet on Andrew Cuomo for the win looks really compelling now in light of the high turnout. The age of those voting and growing momentum going in the last week. Don't forget that Polymarket had Andrew Cuomo with an 85% probability of winning the primary a week out from the vote. Let's not let the betting sites affect the outcome of the election. Okay. I mean,
So
that
Bill,
that that
Bill Ackman's clearly he clearly lived in New York. I'm pretty sure he
it's
does live in New York.
it's a different
Um,
point of view. It's
it,
interesting
it,
to see a different
it's
point of view, but it's a different kind of person. It's not retail. This is not retail thinking.
No, this is not retail, and also he's emotionally invested in it. So I don't know too much about Bill Ackman, right? I know that he's going to have the characteristics of most billionaires, right? Um, but I feel like he's quite a morally principled guy. You won't like this Zoran guy because I suspect he's a Democrat, and the Democratic Party, the wealth, the money, the super PACs or whatever they call it, um, they are stopping this socialist Democrat movement happening. But it is going to happen. It's clearly going to happen. It's popping up organically all over that country. Um, so he has a sort of point of view. He doesn't want to be taxed more because he wants to stay in New York, right? But I presume he's already moved all his businesses to outside New York, so he doesn't pay tax because that's what Wall Street were doing, right? So
And it-
he doesn't care about Polymarket and the odds. He cares about this guy getting in or not getting in. That's
yeah,
all he cares
yeah.
about. And he wants to try dilute any conversations that suggest that this guy's going to fucking run through like a train and win. But I'd say
Just
something about Bill Ackman years ago. Is it Herbalife? Have you heard of
uh,
Herbalife?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that
famous
that's
in
so it's a
Brazil.
supplement, right? Do you is it a Ponzi scheme?
I don't know. It's supposed to be. It's I mean, it's supposed to be just like any kind of pyramid scheme. I mean, you need more
Yeah, okay,
people.
so it's a
You need
pyramid scheme,
to
right? You
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 need
think it
to
is?
add.
I think it is.
I mean,
He
everybody calls
spent
that. I mean, I'm
loads
not
of
saying that
time
it
and
is, but
loads of money.
it's
Yeah.
no. And I remember, dude, when I went to Salt Lake City for permissionless, the Uber driver was just talking. Oh no, the people from the church they created Herbalife and they own that shit. I never know. I don't know if that's true, but the Uber
No, it's a
driver
publicly
said,
traded company.
yeah,
So
but it
he
was
he
created.
bought
But
loads of
who
it.
created? Yeah.
He bought loads of it, right? And tried to prove it was a pyramid scheme because he thought it was harming people. So he's like quite a
Okay.
morally, seems like quite morally
Yeah, yeah.
correct guy.
So
He ended
it's
up failing. They took it to court. He couldn't prove it was a pyramid scheme.
oh fuck.
I mean, if a
Okay.
dude with that much batter can't prove it was a pyramid scheme, like
Yeah. Who
that's
can?
hard. That's
Yeah.
that's
Who
like
can?
that's
Yeah.
hard. So one to say that Bill Ackman might have some very clear points, but when it comes to it, isn't always right.
Yeah, and I mean, as you said, it seems that he's emotionally invested on the elections
He totally
because
is.
so
Any
he
billionaire right now talking about that election is emotionally invested because they don't want to get
yeah,
taxed,
so
and they'll just leave,
he's
but they don't want to leave, but they will just leave.
yeah, clearly for Cuomo and he's against
Yeah.
Mandani,
Where's
calling
is
here
Cuomo
socialist
from?
and I mean,
Is
yeah,
Cuomo a Republican?
I don't know. I'm not in the US. I'm not into the New York elections, but
Wow,
yeah,
when you put Cuomo, you see Cuomo family, American political family. Oh well, yeah, that's what we need, another American
okay,
political family.
okay. So
He's a
don't tell
Democrat.
me,
So yeah,
don't
so Ackman is a Democrat. He just doesn't like the social democratic movement, but the Democrats are dead without it. So as far
yeah,
as that, from an outsider looking in, it looks like a dead party. We have plenty of dead parties in the UK as well. We need a similar uprising to give us
yeah.
a different type of politics.
It's all over the
I like
world.
the picture, the
Yeah.
Polymarket pitch.
Yeah,
Maybe
dude.
wouldn't have meant either
This was
because
an interesting post. This
it's a
was an
tiny
interesting
drop. It's a tiny drop. Why he doesn't look? Is it because he did? Because he said Kalshi? Are they mad because he said Kalshi, not Polymarket? Guys, don't let your
maybe
feelings
they
get
are.
hurt so badly.
Maybe
Think
they are. Dude, and
so.
it's dude,
It's,
he's
it's
so
a
ahead.
minuscule drop.
He's so ahead. Yeah,
I
but
know.
and odds collapse. Dude, this is it's not
How
odds
is that
collapsing.
collapse
I
versus
mean,
what? Versus
okay.
infinity. It's like,
So what happened with Bitcoin a couple of weeks ago?
yeah.
If this is a collapse, fuck.
Oh, we're fucked if this is a collapse.
Yeah. So let's go. New Yorkers who want a Cuomo win should be activating as many 18, 35-year-old men in the city as possible by telling them about a 10x profit opportunity and getting them out to
Smart.
vote. Yeah. I mean, it talks more with we saw from Bill Ackman here. It's kind
Yeah.
of the same vibe here. Okay, so now we are moving for another segment here. Let's leave the New York elections behind, and we are going to focus on like top players on Polymarket, especially. So there is, I've been collecting these posts of these top accounts who are making shit ton of money really fast. So another highly profitable Polymarket trader to watch closely turned $200 into 44,000 in just over a year. Track him on predictive folio months. Let's see. Remember, I cannot open links here. Fuck. What did I do? Damn. Oh
Mess.
no,
What you do,
I
Diego?
I just
What you
wanted to open the link here.
doing?
No,
Don't break.
I'm not gonna mess your order. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry.
Don't fuck with me. I don't need this today.
No, don't worry. Okay, this is here. I just put it on my favorite Poly Market. Every 2 weeks, Mr. Beast drops a video, my portfolio gets a boost. So it seems that this guy is trading on the Mr. Beast videos. I don't know, I can open this link here. But yeah, so check it out. This is one of the ones that this is one of the traders we are going to follow. This is Moond, 44,000 from $200. Then we go to this Mayura Varma. This polymarket trader has made over 1.2 million in profit in just 10 days. This is crazy. Genius
What?
or luck streak? What do you think? Mango Lassi. Let's try and open this one
Mango
here.
Lassie. Is that what
So
he's called? Mango Lassie. Is he Indian then? Is he an Indian guy?
it seems so.
Mango Lassies are good for
Mayura
anybody who hasn't had
Varma.
one. They are delicious.
Mayura Varma. Let's check it out here. Fuck. Why did it my dude? I never Mayura. I don't know why. So I
What?
always do some shit wrong and I don't and I'm never able to open these links. Not
Oh
if
yeah, I think it's
not
on.
even
It's
if
for you
I
to stop there.
type them. Anyway, not even when I type them.
Oh, that's
I
weird. If you cut, is
yeah.
it if you take off the bit at the end, which is like question mark and then something,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
you getting
trying
rid of the
to
tracking code, and it
I'm
should work.
trying
It might work. I don't know if it's
oh it's worked.
right because it
Finally.
basically it's Apple dumping the tracking code so they can't fingerprint you, or that it makes it harder to fingerprint you.
Okay. So
I got knowledge.
okay, 200. How the fuck he made? Okay, the post says that he made 1.2 million in profit and loss. Okay, yes, all the time.
All the
Fuck,
time.
all the time, all the time.
How much do you lose? Hover over the little eye next to the
The
number
little
amount on the right. There we go. How much
fuck
do you lose? It'll just hover. There we go. He
loss.
lost
Oh
1.3
fuck!
million in the fucking process, guys. Come on.
Holy fuck! Okay,
Jesus.
so in the end, he made 3 million and lost 1.3. So he lost almost half of the money he made. Fuck, this is a lot of lost
He's going
money.
to win it all back with that volume traded though when Paulie gets dumped.
Yes. Fuck, this is a lot. And dude, it's in only 53 predictions. That's
Mm.
dude, almost over a $500,000 in only one win. And so this is just sports, basically sports, multiple multiple positions on the same game. Kings
So
and
he's playing
Bulls,
it. He's doing intergame trading.
intra-game trading. Yes, yes, that's it. That's it. See how many trades he makes in the same game during the game.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it was yesterday, but only
I
on
don't
sports.
understand.
See,
Like I don't really bet. I don't bet on sports at all actually.
yeah,
But like I can't imagine. Well,
yeah, but it's
yeah, I just
interesting.
can't
I mean,
imagine like the level of attention you require and what you're looking for, and you know what I mean. Or
yeah,
maybe he's
yeah,
just literally trading the ticker. It goes up, I'll sell it. I'll buy this when it goes down, and and
could
maybe he's
be
just doing that. It could be just like that back and forth, like actual like proper snipe trading. Snipe,
sniping. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, sniping.
Yeah, but it's interesting to see. I mean, people with different abilities in different fronts. And let's
That's
keep
it.
highlighting a few more. Oh, so this guy turns almost 1 million profit from his last four predictions. He's absolutely stacked with profits this month, with an insane profit and loss ratio and 153 predictions. Another one smart wallet added to my watch list to analyze and maybe copy trade. His active positions: NHL, NHL,
All right,
sports.
so he's an NHL guy, sports, but NHL.
Yes,
He's a nice hockey guy. This is what I mean.
hockey.
Find your
Yeah,
niche. Find your niche.
I was just showing you yesterday with the Brazilian trades, right? The
Yeah.
shitty part is that the volume is so low that things change all the time. Okay, this is interesting. $25 in a drink. And by the way, Predictive Follow has been sharing a lot of cool posts about this.
Yeah.
So trader 25 USDC turned $25 into $54,000 in Polymarket. This is pretty cool.
In a
Up
week. Oh no,
in
he's
a
up
week.
13 grand.
Let me check this one here. This is the 25 USDC account. Okay, let's check that account here.
Predict Folio's like, just click on a fucking link. Go to our site.
I can't. That's the thing. I can't. If I click
Keeps
here, I
blocking it.
got an error message. See, Safari can't find the server. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Safari.
Oh, maybe their site's down there.
Yes. No, it's on my side. I don't know how to change that
Oh,
shit.
it's on your site.
So fuck 2000 predictions. Oh, okay. It's
Since when?
this is a different
What?
game.
Oh, since last year though. It's last year.
This is a different game. Let's check this. He's on Twitter as well. Okay, Polymarket and crypto trader. Okay, he's sharing. Okay, he's sharing on Twitter his trades. Cool. Positions, a lot of positions open here. Tech, Bad Bunny, it's culture, Taylor Swift, culture. Oh fuck, he plays around everything. So crypto, culture, politics, economy. Okay, dude, he's all over the place.
He's not, I don't think, actually.
No,
He's
so
crypto
it's
and culture. That's
there's
what he
crypto,
is.
there's culture, but this is elections and not elections, right? Politics, let's say.
Politics.
This is interest rate. I mean, it's economy, but
Economy, but it's politics. I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
there's no consistency in what he
there's no.
does from this quick look. But I reckon if you threw it into like a pie chart, like tagged it and threw it into a pie chart, you'd see some sort of like even split against things.
Mm-hmm. QB, yeah. So Mr.
Maybe I mean
Beast,
it could even be maybe like short markets, ones that are about to close. Who were we talking to the other day that said that was it? Julian? Julian from Meme Coin
y-
Predict
yeah,
was saying
yeah,
he prefers like, and I'm the same. It's an attention span
short
thing. It's
markets,
like I
yes,
want to see the markets that close soon rather than the ones that close in
yeah,
weeks.
and
And
see
maybe that's what he's doing.
he's pretty active, and he's intra trading as well.
Yeah.
He's intra trading a lot of stuff on those markets here. It seems so. Yeah, it seems because this market is still open. Okay, dude, and he's making even 20 cents profits. It's
Yeah,
money.
he's just
Eh,
he's just
3
doing
cents,
things.
3 cents, $3, $1. Okay,
And then
he's
after fees,
his
not
focus
paying that.
is winning. I mean, not
His
no
focus
need
is
to.
winning. Yeah, that's it.
It's winning. Doesn't need to be big wins, but it's interesting to see different strategies, and they are performing. They are performing. Let's see. Let's see one more. We have one more from $200 to 1,000 and to 1,200 in my first week trading on Polymarket. How I did it. Okay, this is a breakdown. This is a cool. I made a lot of mistakes, but still managed to X6 my initial bank. Here's what helped and what you should not do. Risk management is everything. It sounds boring, but if you treat Polymarket like gambling, you'll lose it. We've been talking about it. Set
Yeah.
limits, manage exposure, and take profits. Take profits all the time. I like this. Research is better than guessing. There are hundreds of markets, political, crypto, and social, each with unique outcomes. With solid research, it's impossible not to find a profitable setup. I found most of my info on Twitter, Discord, and Telegram. Honestly, I didn't even go too deep. Just simple keyword searches often led me to insider hints, especially for political bets. Crypto news also helped predict short term market moves. Network with other traders, talk, share insights, and learn together. You'll find better data, sharper calls, and fewer blind spots. But remember, always think for yourself. Copy trading rarely works long term. And remember, we've been seeing people losing a shit ton of money because sometimes they want to take taxes benefits from losing money. So sometimes when you
Yeah.
cop someone, you're taking the wrong side of
You
the
don't
win
know. You don't know what they know, and you don't know what
of
they
the
don't know.
trade. Yeah. So my winning plays daily crypto predictions. I bet higher after small retracements on Bitcoin, ETH, and Ripple. Example: Ripple was at 247, most ignored at 2.6 plus market, but volatility plus trend made it a strong up bet. It's smart, yeah. And remember, you can always sell early instead of waiting for settlement. That's it. That's what I've been doing.
Hmm.
Bolivia elections. Found some insider wallet info on Twitter, Telegram. It looked convincing enough to make a confident position. Always dig for some. But how? Okay, not copy trading. But then you say that you found an insider wallet. It sounds like copy trading.
It's a little no. I think it's so you remember that an insider wallet can also be Signal, right? So it's
Hmm.
not he's not
Mhm.
blindly copying it. He's probably looking at other stuff and
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
then
Okay. Makes.
applying the different signals. You've got to weight different signals in different ways. There's more than one thing that suggests an outcome. So you just need to look
It,
for you're trying to triangulate what
makes
ones
sense.
are likely to work.
Trump mentions totally underrated. Bet on how many times he would say billion, million, China, thank you. Every interview is the same script. Easy free money with low volume. 50 to 7K. Final lesson. Every market has unpredictable factors, especially politics. Sometimes it's better to to lock profits early than to wish you did later. Wishing everyone profits and good luck out there. Do your own research, not financial advice. But it's a good
Exactly.
one. Yeah, it's a nice
Do your
breakdown.
own research is everything in this world. Copy trading other people, like using copy trading as a metric to help verify other information you've got is not a bad idea, right?
Yeah,
Like it's not doesn't seem stupid or reckless to me.
yeah, not at all. And I think this is okay. We're going to the end of this section, but we still have one more. If you think that you need a lot of money to start trading on Polymarket, you're wrong. From $1, and this is why we're calling the $1 trade show, to
And
over
not just
$87,000 in a year. That's the path Holy Moses has taken. Holy shit, I'm gonna follow this guy here. His goal
dude's
is to
Moses, for
reach
Christ's sake. He knows he gets
Holy
whispers from
Moses.
God.
Yeah, he hears things. He's the original insider. And I
He is
think
the
he will
insider.
achieve it sooner or later. 1 million from $1. His current position value is 82K, and his biggest single win was 16K. This guy really knows his job, and you can learn from his example to become professional traders yourselves. Into his profile in the comments.
I've come across this guy before, and he's quite good. Like I thought his stuff was quite good.
Huge guy knows that he's doing. Okay, yeah, he's right here. Yeah, he hears stuff from that. See, I cannot
There you
open.
go. There's your
But
Safari
yeah,
error.
that's my Safari shit. But
Tell me
dude, go
something. If you
to.
right click on it, does it say copy clean link?
Yes, but it doesn't work. So
So you copy it and then you
copy
paste it into the
link.
browser.
I copy link. I paste, but I'm never
No,
open to
no. Does it
this
say
T
copy clean link?
copy clean link. I don't have this stuff here, bro.
All right,
Is it
we'll
a
do this
is,
later.
is it a dirty
This is not the
link?
thing. No,
Copy
it means
link.
it's
I
trying to
don't
build a
have.
triangle.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. This is from Yoshi. Yoshi has been in the show before. He was just sharing. I found this interesting. So when Polymarket is offering you $1 for 90 cents, you take it. Will Charlie Clerk be the most researched person who passed away? 90% chance. Easily number one unless Trump himself passes away this year. A really smart wallet within 350K in unrealized profit is the second biggest holder of Yes. And link to Trade Fox AI in comments. But yeah, I just found it interesting. He highlighted here. He's thinking about this market, and yeah, that's it. I mean, if you see $1 for 9 cents, that's a good bet. Don't
Yeah.
believe Bill Ackman. Think that 10% is not good money. It can be
Yeah.
good money. Okay, this was interesting. It's just about how prediction markets and insurance could be related. Aaron, if you don't know Aaron, he met Robbie Williams like 20 years ago at MIT. He used it to clean the floor, and he became a mathematician, and now he works at Kalshi. Do you remember this? Remember his
Oh yeah,
story?
I heard that story. I think
Yeah.
yeah, I heard
What
that
is
story.
I
Yeah.
forgot the name. They even wrote
Good Will
a book,
Hunting.
made a movie. Goodwill Hunting. Yeah, he used to be called Will, and now he's called Aaron. Nice guy.
All right.
Nice guy. Really,
Yeah,
really
good people.
inspiring story. Jeff Yas, founder of SIG, says SIG is one of the top insurance companies in the world. So insurance, but priced by markets. Florida's insurance is broken, caps exits, no coverage. Prediction markets could step in with event-based coverage like will winds exceed 8 miles per hour in my zip code this week? You only buy when risk is near and clear. No adjusters, no bloated overhead. Not as precise as a full claim payout, but way cheaper protection against real damage. Check it out on the Generation Alpha podcast. I wrote about insurance and prediction market industries here. So what I found interesting is a different use for prediction market. As I've been saying, as a hedge, but we've been talking about prediction markets as a hedge for traditional finance. But dude, it can be a hedge for your life. I mean, and it will be
Yeah.
cheaper than traditional insurance. Let- let's go to let's see what do we have. Okay, John Wang, we have John Wang,
Oh my
and
God.
we couldn't miss him. Nick, if I read this one, we will not be able to finish the articles that we have. Do you want to
Oh,
go further on this, or
um,
yeah, I think
let's
we
do it
can
another
just
day because
yeah
it lives long. This one lives long because
yeah
it's a
yeah.
general topic. Like we could do that another
But
day.
it's an interesting topic about how prediction markets can become something else. And okay, I'm gonna save this for other day.
That's actually how
Okay,
we started the show, if you remember.
yeah, with the stop traders, we were supposed to talk about it on Monday. But dude, that this is what we said in the beginning. There's so much stuff to talk about. Let's go. So the top two AI models for trading are both Chinese, and I just highlighted this one because I found this market actually interesting. How is no one talking about this? Basically, they are putting some portfolio on the hands of some AI, and those are the AI that are performing better. DeepSeek and Kiwin 3 Max. DeepSeek, I tried DeepSeek, especially when ChatGPT is not working. I go to DeepSeek, and but I never tried this Kiwin. 61% chances DeepSeek wins. Um, I remember I found that there was more can fit a model that was available at team of crackhead Chinese quants using their spare money, DeepSeek supremacy. What's the alpha? Dude, I remember there was okay, so this is a total amount of their portfolios. So where they started, where they are right now. Yeah. So
I
see,
mean,
we
that's
can
sideways, right?
it kind of
Yeah,
sideways
those
here.
two are sideways. Like
Those two
that's a
are,
channel.
yeah.
That second one's a channel. Like that's
This one here,
yeah. I mean, like I don't like they would need to keep going up. If they go down
yeah,
again, that just sits in a channel, and the other one's basically just a channel as well. So that those two at the top are like fucking infinitely better.
yeah. But dude, it's
What's
it's
this?
only
Wait a minute. What's this one? Oh, it's
which
Grok.
Grok. This one is Grok. The black one is
Yeah,
Grok. I don't know which one's the orange one.
I don't know what the orange one is
DeepSeek
here.
QN3. Maybe this QN. Or maybe this QN is this one here. But dude, it's just for 72 hours. Like, it's roughly 3 days. I would like to see these
Yeah,
for a few months.
yeah. Show me
Let's
what
see.
happens when things go sideways in the markets, and
Yeah.
tell me that
Yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
performing well.
That's it. Okay. I just found this could be interesting. So, are prediction markets truth seeking or truth creating? Even though
Ooh.
before reading this, I would say it depends how much influence you have. So the core idea behind prediction markets is that prices reflect collective intelligence, the wisdom of the crowds. The odds for an event happening represents the aggregate knowledge of the crowd. But what happens when a prediction market grows large enough to the point where its existence affects the real world outcome? We
And
always talked
that's
about
the
this
interest.
because it's something to be worried about. I mean, especially in the
Yeah.
markets related to
Okay.
sensitive stuff.
But even in the New York mayoral election, right?
Mm-hmm.
What what Bill Ackman's doing, what people will start to do is maybe they want to push. And we were talking about this record sales on Monday, I think it was, or last week. Just like what's stopping a company, a team, or whatever applying a proportion of your marketing budget to this thing to say it's going to happen, to then make that thing happen because everybody believes it's happening, and so it happens.
Mhm.
Like technical analysis on charts, right?
Yeah,
We believe it's
self-fulfilling
happening, so we're
prophecy.
all going to put our levels in and all that at these places, and we're all going to roughly exit at the same place and get in at the same place, and then it just kind of keeps pumping.
Yes. So a market on will the Fed cut rates is truth seeking. It reviews expectations. But if hundreds of millions of dollars, let me repeat this. But if hundreds and hundreds of millions and billions of dollars are trading on it, policymakers might start responding to the markets. The market stops being a mirror of reality and starts being a force that shapes it. Yeah, people could use those predictions not to see the chance of something happening, but actually to envision what is the interest of market participants, of what they expect or what they would like to happen. But I think this goes against the premise of prediction markets, which
Yes, it does.
is when you have skin in the game, you are actually not going to show your expectation, actually your will, but actually your actual expectations of what's going to happen. So I would
Yes.
question this. I'm not sure
That,
about this. I disagree actually.
yeah, this doesn't, it doesn't really work, right? Because what he's essentially saying, does it become a voting tool? And unless policymakers are actually look like this is part of like legislation, unless it's an actual voting tool, it's unlikely to affect the direction of things because polymarkets, to general policymakers, polymarkets' view on things isn't important, right? That's not an important thing. Like what the things that are important are what the people around them are saying, what they said in their manifestos or whatever it is,
Hmm.
right? Like these are the important things, not what Polymarket says.
What we see in
Polymarket might
Polymarket
tell
will
you if
be
you're
will be
about to
the
lose a campaign and how you
yes,
need to change your behavior to improve your chances of winning a campaign. But I don't
yeah.
think it will affect policy immediately. Like let's try imagine what would need to happen for it to affect policy, right? If we just use policy as it, right? Like if everybody, I just don't see, actually, I can't imagine it. I can imagine it in some sort of weird roundabout way, but I can't imagine me betting on something in Polymarket that I thought was going to lose just because I wanted to send a signal,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for
you know?
sure. That's the thing. It's
Unless
it.
like, but maybe Bill Ackman would, right? No, but seriously,
No,
maybe
yeah,
this
yeah,
goes
yeah.
back to like why couldn't a political campaign take some of their marketing budget and apply it into a prediction market? How could that not happen? That could easily happen. Now, does that have downstream effects? And I think the New York mayoral election will be a good proving ground for this. Like there could be downstream effects to having very big influential money people betting in these markets against these other guys, right? Like that could affect how somebody votes potentially. I don't know how much though, because it's brand new, right? It's not
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of our culture.
Yeah, that's what I say in the beginning. I mean, it depends on how much influence you have. I mean, if you have a huge marketing budget and you as a company or as someone interested in the outcome treats there as a marketing strategy, that okay, that could have some influence. But ideally, for an efficient market, we will see corrections on that. Because if someone tries to move the prediction market to a different side, and you are analyzing the situation, and you see, okay, no, I don't believe that's the correct outcome. You just bought a position on the other side, and it's cheap money.
Yeah.
So this is why I don't think
Yeah,
that
if they
this is
start doing that,
actually.
the market would, whoever believed the market was going to go that way, people would just start continuing buying them because it's underpriced. This is the
Yes,
thing about it, is if it's
exactly.
underpriced, people are going to buy it. If generally all the other information says it's going to go that way,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
unless like, so here's another scenario where it could affect things. Like when people throw matches, like sports guys throw matches,
Mm-hmm.
right? They
Mm-hmm.
or boxers, whatever, like fighters, they throw a match. Maybe one person in government can choose what direction something goes, and they go
Mm-hmm.
in the direction to throw the match because they've got somebody putting bets on them for it to go one way, and they can become
Mm-hmm.
a millionaire, right? So they're incentivized really high to do the opposite of what Polymarket does, because then they can go retire, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
fucking straight illegal though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a post the other day, when betting started to get regulated, you saw far less fights being thrown, because there was actual, you could actually go to jail. Something actually
Okay.
could happen to
Uh-huh.
you. I mean, obviously, something could happen to you before, because the people who are getting you to throw matches are probably gangsters and will probably like shoot you or some shit like that, right? But you, the regulation cleaned up, or at least cleaned up, soaked up some of
It
the shit that was going
reduced
on,
a little bit at
right?
least.
That's
Mm-hmm.
why, guys, we will see regulation in Polymarket. Not Polymarket, no, not just Polymarket, in prediction markets.
In
Who
prediction
the
markets.
regulator is, we don't
Yeah.
know. How it regulates, we don't know. But we will see regulation. It's
Yeah.
just like telling the guys talking about Bitcoin not being regulated in 2012. This is not the case. It's now regulated. It's a financial asset, because it
Yeah.
could be regulated, so it was likely to be regulated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It
yeah,
will
I
happen.
I
Yeah.
just see the only way of affecting it is if somebody who gets to make the decision can make a huge upside, which is
Yeah.
then really not good for the general public, right? So this is like, does capitalism start to eat all of these things and erode society at that point?
Yes. And it doesn't matter what you think about regulators, if you think that's correct, that is not. It will. It will eventually happen.
If it can happen, it will happen.
It will happen. Yeah. This is not a case of nothing ever happens. It's a
Yes.
case of things are going to still happen in the way they have been. So at some scale, prediction markets stop describing the truth, they begin creating it. No, disagree. The better a market gets at aggregating information, the more likely it is to become an actor the system is trying to predict. Nah, not likely. But yeah, it's an
It,
interesting
it's
take to
it's
think
a
about
thought
it.
experiment, right? It's
It
a thought
is.
experiment.
It is. It is.
Like,
Yeah.
if what you need to address in that post is, if that happens, what does it mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what has changed in society, and what are the downstreams effects of capitalist markets, like capitalist betting markets, affecting the outcome of like local regulation? Because
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
can
Mm-hmm.
be good for local governments and stuff like that, for large internationally distributed participants to vote on the direction of something. Like, there's
Mm-hmm.
so many things here
Yeah.
that is against national security. Like, so for example, like, fractional NFTs for home ownership is a really tricky thing, and in order for it to happen mainstream, and people have did it, right, but nobody's done it right, because there's
Mm-hmm.
regulators. Because if somebody owns an NFT and they're American, they own the NFT for that house, right, and they're breaking up and they're selling parts, they start selling it in secondary markets out in Japan. That means
Mm-hmm.
Japan, or people in Japan, hedge funds or whatever, could start accumulating huge amounts of property in another country
Mm-hmm.
without any vetting, right? This
Yeah.
becomes a national security risk. It's kind of like when
Mm-hmm.
the Chinese tried to buy a very big port company in America a few years ago, and it had to go through the government to get them to sign
Mm-hmm.
it off,
To get an
because was it a
approval.
national security threat?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
you really need to think about these things in a deeper way, guys, and not be like, oh, isn't this cool? All the hype, like yeah, it's fun and stuff like that. But really, what does it mean downstream if that starts happening?
Yeah,
And do we
yeah.
want that sort of behavior? Because I don't want a prediction market to affect policies in my local government, a prediction market that some guy in the west coast of America could like bet on. These are not
This
this
this will
isn't
be
this
this will
isn't
be the
good for
same.
society.
This will be the same problem with DAOs, and people with a lot of tokens can just manipulate any decision because they just have enough money to do that.
I, and it's purely because they want to make money. It's not because of
Yeah.
the benefit of the
No, they
population it
don't care.
affects.
They don't care. Yeah. They don't
Right.
care.
So like, think
Yeah.
about these things. If you've been
Yeah.
around long enough, like this is what you start to think of. You don't think about, oh, isn't this
Yeah.
cool? You start to think about, what is the impact of the technology we're creating.
Yes, and coming
Um
back to this regulation thing that you mentioned, so just to follow up on the example that you share about the NFTs, shared property with NFTs, there's always a middleman because legislation didn't change in a way that allows you to own a house just by owning an NFT.
Legally, anyway.
Legally, yes,
Legally,
exactly.
yes.
So someone
Yeah.
actually buys a house, create these NFTs, fractionalize that, and gives you some. It's not ownership. it's a kind of a right to use that property, but that's not yours because you have the property, you have
Yeah,
the NFT.
it's a right to claim the yield off of the property because that's
Yeah,
the stuff I've seen.
exactly.
You own the
Yes.
property, you earn a yield based on a
Yeah, but
percentage of the NFT
that's
that
it.
you own, and
That's it.
so that's it.
Exactly.
You don't actually
Exactly.
how do you back that up? How do you reinforce that if you never went through any local
Yes.
government
I mean,
regulation? So
try and use
that
that home as collateral without asking for the real owner
exactly.
documentation. You cannot. You cannot do
You could
that.
use the yield as collateral, but the yield won't be very much.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. One more. Okay. This now we move to another segment with is people sharing actually their trading challenges. So this is Kyle. This is a new one. This is
We've seen
from
it
when?
before. Definitely seen it
Yesterday.
before.
We seen before
Yep.
when he started, and this one is a new one.
Okay.
So he started with $50 to get to 5K. Current balance is 145, almost three times. Fixed some positions, and here is new Netherlands plus New York City mayoral elections. Info from the Polymarket trading Satoshis and Cap. Wales rigging the election in the Netherlands just like they did at New York City election. These markets are psyoped by parties to install the candidate they want, not a community.
This
Mandani's
guy.
real odds are far
I
from
like him.
90%. This is a money inflow by group of people to change the outcome by making people stay home and not go vote because they think it's pointless. No for Zohar Mandani at 11 cents. The same for D66 at 62 cents, but entry could be better in future. So Maduro out in 2025 market. I think I have a position on this one. Trader named Bravo Pueblo, which is Brave City, created an account today and made a 20K prediction at Mandani out. No, it's Maduro out. There's a number of other similar wallets entered today. Market odds are 25% for yes. Holding as at 21 cents for already 1 week. Rumors say this is an obvious play. Times person of okay, he's just highlighting the markets he has positioned.
Okay.
Times person of 2025 will be a human market. Majority of traders overestimating the risks of AI as an outcome to be resoluted. By the way, I'm not gonna talk about the robot shit that came out yesterday. That's stupid. Times is a magazine about people, not tools, by the way, which are made by them. 298 election results were non-human concept. Check my previous tweet for more info. No at 67 cents for artificial intelligence. Mega Eat, though there's a lot of hype behind this Mega Eat market.
Yeah, there is.
Raised over almost $1 billion. The tendency of majority of big entries to public sales in last hours is saving, even when Mega ETH sale is not as simple as it could. Yes, at 63 cents to 1.2 billion. More info in previous tweets. So markets closed. Will Russia capture Kupiansk by 31 October? Okay, tomorrow. Went from 33 to 99 cents, so three times. Cool. Microsoft, the second most valuable company. Correct. From 43 to 71. Elon tweets count. No profits here. Remove it and places some new. It happens.
It just
So,
shows you
okay,
that you
yeah.
don't win every time, like because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you win every time."
Yes.
It's like, nah. Like sometimes even when I'm trying, I might get it wrong. So I think it's really good honest
Yeah,
opinion. Good work,
it's good.
Kyle. I think,
Let's keep following
yeah,
him. Yeah, let's keep giving him a follow. Let's keep
the
following what
algorithm
he's
already
doing.
follows him for you. It's nice
Yeah,
for its
that's it.
numbers. It's nice to see you get extra followers. Speaking of which, motherfuckers, just
That's
start
it.
following this account. Come on, let's get us to 2,000.
By the way,
Been dying out there. Like
yeah.
we've been hanging around that like
So
700, 1,700 number for a while.
for a couple of months already. So make sure to follow Groovy Markets and yeah, tune in on Mondays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. New York time.
Yeah, roughly. We might change it, might make it a
So
bit later, so we can hit the everybody on the trains on the way to work.
yeah. So this one we shared the one for Polymarket and the one for Kalshi. So Loxy prediction market god. Okay, amazing. I'm taking on a new challenge with Kalshi for the rest of the year. So 2 months. I will make over $10,000 by the end of the years all trades completely public and live. I'm not gonna play the video here because I will have to
Pain
share
in the
my
ass.
screen settings once again. Yeah.
Oh, this is this
But I
guy.
mean, if you want to, yeah, if you want to check it out and follow people, I would say Kyle the writer and Loxy Betts, the god of prediction
He's a
markets.
god.
So they are going. Yeah, he says here he calls himself a god.
He looks like
Prediction
suit,
market
the suit
god.
implies that he might be a leprechaun.
He does. He
Get
doesn't. He
red
doesn't
hair and
look
a
like a
green
god.
suit.
You know.
He's a
He
Paddy
doesn't.
Power
He
guy.
doesn't have. You look. You look more like a god than him. You look. You have the long
Yeah,
hair.
I've got
You're
that
not.
whole
You cannot be a
Scandi
god.
vibe. Like I'm like that.
What the fuck, man? Yeah, man. I
But
mean,
leprechauns are
Jesus,
gods.
Zeus, all
Basically,
the
they're very
gods.
magical things. That might be why he's
Yeah,
just
but
sprinkling and
they are
throwing rainbows and shit like that. All the cauldrons
they
of
can
money
be magical, but they are not gods.
in.
See, that's it.
He should work for Paddy Power.
That's it,
Paddy
guys.
Power should do a prediction. Paddy
We
Power is a bookie in the UK that is Irish
Pretty
themed,
power.
and he should launch their prediction markets. This guy, he's got fucking red hair,
We
green
could.
suit. He's gone and he's in. He's a shoe in.
Yeah, yeah.
They love
He's into the
wacky shit
game.
like that. They
Yeah.
do
Oh,
really wacky stuff.
but it, but he's green. He's a green suit because he's from
Oh,
Kalshi.
is that what it is?
I bet.
Oh,
I believe
you're
so. I
right.
bet Kyle is wearing some blue outfit.
Did
Probably.
Polymarkets was actually sending people cigarettes? Was that true?
I think
Like
so.
that's
They're
fucking
selling
so
cigarettes.
bad.
They should be sending some joints to people,
Yeah,
just okay, chill
post some
out.
Dutch
Yeah, it's better than
reports.
cigarettes.
See if they get arrested.
I don't know. I mean, they could. I'm running out of water. It's a sign that we went
I'm
too
yeah,
far
I'm
today.
out of water, but let's finish it. Just wrap it. Let's wrap it quickly.
Yeah, so we are going to save these ones for the next show. Fantasy Sports Book to Prediction Markets. Your coworker might be the best political forecaster. We are going to talk about the smart play for startups and Kalshi Polymarket. You know what this image is about. I mean, when people are rushing for gold, you sell shows, right?
Picks and shovels, guys. That's the business you
Picks
want to
and
be in.
shovels.
Picks and shovels.
Yes.
That's where
And
Polymarket will
then
probably make all of its money selling you guys picks and shovels.
Yes, and then the business of risk insurance versus prediction
That'll be
market.
fun.
This is what we are going to cover on the next show on Monday. But before that, make sure to check out playground.groovy.market. We are on testnet. You can check it out, give us feedback. Our DMs are open. If you want to participate on the show or if you want to contribute to a newsletter, if you think you know enough to talk about prediction markets, join us. It will be great to have people here. And make sure to follow us, to subscribe to the newsletter, the $1 trade .substack. And it was great to have you all here. I missed you, our friend from Rumble.
Yeah, I know. I think they were there very early
Didn't
on.
see you around.
But
Okay, yeah. So have a great day for you. And so if you're here, make sure to join us again on Monday. We are
yep,
going to be live. And if you see something that you think interesting that you would like us to talk about,
tag us,
just ping.
tag us or pin us or
Yes, just
PM us
ping.
because we learn loads.
Yes.
Like we read stuff and we learn things we don't know, and it also challenges the way we think about things. So like it's really useful for us
Yeah.
to have to do this. This is a big
Yeah.
learning thing
Yeah.
for us as well. It's good. It's good to be challenged.
Yeah. And if you guys have feedback on what we're doing, let us know. I mean, I don't want to be here just criticizing. I mean, sometimes I criticize some content because it just deserves it. But most of the content that we've been sharing here, and it's always a surprise. I started to read the post and I'm not exactly sure about when it's going to leave us. And then we share this here with you guys. So it's a surprise for Nick and I, most of the posts.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's pretty cool. Sometimes it's even better than I thought. And lots of times it makes us think about things that we never thought before.
Yeah.
So
I think even
that's
like a good
it.
example is the asset class thing. Like when we're talking about it after we're speaking to like traditional betting companies and go, no, they don't understand how this can scale into something different that isn't like anything they've seen before. And I don't necessarily see it as a traditional asset class, but that you do have assets which could be used as collateral and used to get money for other things or get loans or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite
Yeah.
interesting that that sort of asset class narrative is starting to build in my head a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. We will be back on Monday, and make sure to follow us and stick around. We will be back talking everything about prediction